Welcome to Be Blessed Academy channel. I'm John Baptist. I'm glad to bring this part 3 of renewing of the mind. Part 1 and part 2 is very successful, and so many people liking and listening to this message. And I thank you for your cooperation of sharing and liking, and I request you to keep doing that, sharing this message to people so that they can learn and understand the importance of the renewing of their mind. If you have not gone through the first and the second part, I request you to go and listen to the first and the second part so that you can catch up with this part 3. In the second part, I explained about the first step to take is desire. If you want to renew your mind, if you want to go through the process of renewing your mind, the first step is you have to desire. That burning desire or desire should be there. Yes, I want to go through this process of renewing of the mind, or the desire to want to be a different person. The person that I am living now is not so good, not bringing so much result, because the fruits of the experience of the result that manifesting is not so good. I'm not happy with the result. And so if you want pleasant result, if you want good result, if you want the result, prosperous result, victorious result, then you have to check your mindset. You have to go through the process of the renewing of your mind. So that's why it starts from the desire to want to be a different person before you can begin to change yourself. If you are planning to change yourself, then you have to have this first start with the desire, and this desire should be strong enough inside of you. Yes, I really want to be a different person. I'm fed up with this old man. I'm fed up with this man who is always a failure. I'm fed up with this man who is always into addiction. I'm fed up with this man who is always having this anger and strife and conflict. I'm fed up of this man of jealous and envy and enviousness. I'm fed up of this man who is not happy. Right? I'm fed up of this man. I want to be a person who is joyful and having wonderful result and productive. I want this man. I want to be that man. I want to be that person, right? So you have to start with desire. First have a desire, my dear friend, to be a new wonderful person that you want to be, a new version of yourself. If you want to be a new version of yourself, you have to start with the simple desire. But it's not, sometimes desire is not, it's not a simple desire. I will say that it starts like a simple desire, but you have to make it as a burning desire. I want it. I want to be a new wonderful person. I want to be a new wonderful person. I want to be a new wonderful husband. I want to be a new wonderful son. I want to be a new wonderful employee. I want to be a new wonderful boss. I want to be a new wonderful citizen. I want to be a new wonderful artist. I want to be a new wonderful counselor. I want to be a new wonderful preacher. I want to be a new wonderful person. And it all starts with the desire, and the desire takes you to the processing of the renewing of the mind. Right? So there are so much to learn, and this is if you are investing your time, to listen such messages, if you are investing the time to listen to understand what is meant by renewing of the mind, that means you are investing something very, very, very precious thing. You are investing your time, and it is very good that you are investing your time to learn about, to change your mindset, and that is going to reward you. When you invest your time to change your mindset, then the reward is very very good result, and you will have a very wonderful result in your life, because I have experienced it. When I changed as a new person, and still I am changing as a new person, still I want to be more wonderful person, still there are so many things that I don't like in my about my mindset. So I just go through the process of renewing of my mind. I want to change my mindset. So I am also going through the process of renewing of the mind, and we have to go through the process of the mind every stage of our life. It's not that finished. It keeps on going, right? We want to be the wonderful person. We want to be more good, more wonderful, more nice, right? More good, right? So I'm glad that you are listening to this message and you're learning, and this will reward you, right? And you will be a new wonderful person very soon. And let us go into this episode of how will see some very exciting, very powerful truths, and mm, and in the end I will tell you how you can really get into this renewing of this mind, how to understand the process of the renewing of the mind. I will keep on telling you, and you will, in the end also I will reveal you something, and also in the coming episodes also you will see so many things. And I will assure you that when you go through the process of this renewing of the mind, you will be amazed that, oh, I thought we have to do this, do that, do this, do that, but it is something different that I have to do now. This is something different approach I have to take about the renewing of the mind. Renewing of the mind means how to change my mindset means you have to behave in certain way, you have to talk in certain way, you have to dress in certain way. No, that is not. That is the patterns of this world, right? That we already talked about the patterns of this world. You are not to conform to the pattern of the world. That is what Paul says, right? So you have to not to conform to the pattern of this world. How you wear the dress, you have to wear like this, you have to behave like this, you have to talk like this, you have to dress like this, you have to put a makeup like this. It's not about that. It's something very, very, very wonderful thing that I am going to tell you how you can step forward. The first step is desire. If you have not yet have a desire to be a new wonderful person, then I request you and I urge you to first develop this desire inside of you, right? And how to do that? How to develop a desire of anything? Not only being a new wonderful person, how to develop a desire? The best thing is, before you sleep, take 5 to 10 minutes time before you lay down, before you close your eyes, before you fall asleep. You can just close your eyes for prayer and just meditate inside of you and just say to yourself that, yes, I want to be the new wonderful person. This is what you have to do every night, my dear friend. And also, when you get up in the morning, before getting up from the bed, while closing your eyes, you can say, thank you that I am the new wonderful person now. When sleeping, you said, I want to be the wonderful person. I desire to be the new wonderful person, right? So when you sleep and when you get up, you say, oh, thank you that I am the new wonderful person. And you have to do this not for 1 day, 1 week, one for 15 days, 21 days. No, sorry. You can keep on doing this. You can keep on doing this while sleeping. Before sleep, close your eyes and put your head in the pillow and say that, I desire to be the wonderful person. I desire to be the wonderful person. I desire to be, you can add, I desire to be a new wonderful husband. I desire to be a new wonderful wife. I desire to be a new wonderful student. I desire to be a new wonderful whatever you want to be, right? Say this for 10 minutes. Say this, meditate, feel it, think it. Not only say, feel it, right? Feel it. Think, feel, right? Bring the vibe inside of you. Feel the new wonderful person while sleeping. And when you, before starting your daily routine, before getting up, uh, close your eyes and say, thank you that now I'm a new wonderful person. Thank you for making me the new wonderful person. Because when we sleep, during we sleep, the power, the infinite intelligence, the power, the healing power will heal us and will make a new person. Right? You can also check my teaching about infinite healing presence, which recently I posted. You can go through that, and I'm talking about the power of the infinite healing presence in our life, how we can with the realization, right? You can go and hear that, and that will help you also, right? So these two things is very important with the desire. If you're not able to develop a desire, then you can start doing this, right? This desire is the first step to be a new wonderful person. So in this episode we will move forward with this with the new self, right? Which we are reading for quite some time. And the first episode and the second episode, we read Ephesians chapter 4 and verses 24, right? And I will read from 20 to 24, and then I will explain about 24, right? Let's read it. Ephesians chapter 4. I'm reading New International Version, and you can use the other versions also, and so many wonderful versions are available, and you can learn and understand. Ephesians chapter 4 verses 20. That however is not the way of you learned when you heard about Christ and were taught in him in accordance with the truth that is in Jesus. You were taught with regard to your former way of life, to put off your old self, which is being corrupted by it deceitful desires. 23. To be made new in the attitude of your mind. You can say this, right? To made new in the attitude of your mind. The attitude in my mind has to change, right? That is what he said. To be made new. Paul is saying that all the teaching, all this teaching is only happening so that we are giving this teaching. We are preaching the gospel. We are teaching. This is for so that your attitude can be new. You can have a new attitude in your mind, right? And 24, and to put on the new self, right? Put on the new self, created to be like God in true righteousness and holiness. So Apostle Paul is saying that all the teaching is happening so that you can be new in your attitude, that your attitude can become new. And this attitude is the new self, right? When you put on the new self, your attitude changes. So now the important thing is how to put this new self. So many people, so many Christian people have gone through in a different direction of putting this new self, right? And it all happened externally. They started doing things external, and they think that putting the new self means externality. It's all about external things, but it is not about external. It's something very internal, and I will explain you about that. How can you put on this new self means? How can you put on this new man? How can you have this new man inside of you? How to do and how to go about it? Is it very hard or is it very easy? It seems like very hard for me to put the new self. How to do that? I don't know. What is the process of putting this new man? How to change my attitude? How the mind attitude will change? How to do that? I don't know. So many people has taken a wrong approach to this, and they started doing certain things, but what happened is their new self is they have not put the new self, right? By putting this new self, they destroyed so many things and they spoiled so many things, and later on they got frustrated because the new self is not working now, and they really want to go back to the new old style of life, and old mindset, because they think that we have to do this, we have to do that, we have to do this, but it's not like that. You have to understand this process of putting this new self, right? Once you understand how to put this new self, how to put this new man, right? Then you will know the power of this new man. When you put, unless until you have not put on this new self, you will not know the effect and the power of this being a new person. When you start when you start living a new person, this new wonderful person, then you will have the joy, then you will have the result, then you have the experience. Before that you don't know, but first you have to desire, yes, I want to be the wonderful person. And when you start living that one, being that wonderful person, then you will have that result in your life, right? So now let us go through this new self, and to put on the new self, created to be like God. This is the version that is saying that new self is created to be like God. So that new wonderful person that you desire to become, that is new man, is to be like God. That is what it says. In what? In what? In true righteousness and holiness. The power of God is all about his righteousness, because God is righteous, right? God is holy. We don't have any doubt about that. If somebody says God is holy, we are ready to agree, right? We everybody agree, yes, God is holy, God is righteous, right? But that is the power. God's power is that is his true righteousness. His true righteousness is the power, right? God is right all the time. So many people don't agree that God is right, because God is doing all these things. Because of God, so many wrong things happen. But if you meet God, and if you have an interview with God, God will explain you why it is happening, and who is the cause of all the atrocities that is happening in this world. Who is doing that? Why it is happening? God can explain, because God is a true righteous God. He cannot do something wrong. That is why it says no sin is found in Jesus Christ. Jesus is sinless, right? True righteousness and holiness. That's why his blood has so power, because his blood is sinless blood. There is no stain of sin. His pure blood can wash us and clean us, right? So this new self is given to us to put on. We have to put it. We have to put on this new self. It is like God. Okay. So now, before I explain about this new self and how to enter into it, and before that, I would like to take you to the another wonderful parable that is in the book of Luke, chapter 5. Jesus talked about it, and here he says, it's not a, it's he said it in a parable. It's don't. I will read from 36. Luke chapter 5, 36. He told them this parable. No one tears a piece out of a new garment to patch an old one. Otherwise, they will have torn the new garment, and the patch from the new will not match the old, right? And then I want you to note down this 37 and 38, right? I want you to note down 37 and 38. And no one pour new wine into old wineskins, right? There is an old wineskin and the new wineskin. So nobody put the new wine into the old wineskin. Otherwise, the new wine will burst the skin, the wine will ruin out, and the wineskin will be ruined. Now you can imagine there is a new, fresh wine with full of power, right? And it's very new, right? And when you put it in the old, it will burst. Jesus said. Now it's the old wine, the old wine skin cannot keep the new wine, right? It will ruin. 37. And no one pour new wine into old wine skin. No one put that, because new wine is new, and you cannot put it in the old, right? Old. Otherwise, the new wine will burst the skins. The wine will run out, and the wine skin will be ruined. No new wine must be poured into the new wineskin. No, new wine must be poured into the new wineskin. He says new wine should be poured into the new wineskin. If it is new, then put it in the new wineskin. All right? We all practically we can understand this. Practically we can understand. When we buy a new cloth, we want to keep it separate, right? We don't want to mix with the old torn out clothes. We don't want to mix it with the old clothes. We keep it separately. We hang it, we keep it as long as it is new, right? We feel so much new about it, and we keep it because the first time we are going to wear it, and we like, right? Because it's a new, and this new wine is very, very important. See, again, I will read 37. And no one pour new wine into the old wineskin, otherwise the new wine will burst the skin, the wine will run out, and the wineskin will be ruined. 38. No new wine must be poured into the new wineskin. That's what. No, don't put the new wineskin into the old wineskin. Put it in the new. And no one, after drinking old wine, wants the new. For they say the old is better. Right. So from this teaching, from this parable, what you learn? You learn that you, with the old mindset, you cannot have a new life. With the old mindset, you cannot have a new result, new experience. If you want a new experience, you have to have a new mindset. And with the old mind, if you want to put some dream and some miracles happening, it can't happen because it's a old mindset, man. The old mindset of fear, the old mindset of doubt, the old mindset of suspiciousness, the old set of miserable, the old mindset is full of like that. You have to get a new mindset for a new experience. If you say that, yes, I want to have a new experience in my life, then the first thing is happen is a new mindset. And how the new mindset will come? With a desire, right? If you want to have a new experience in your life, then be a new person in your life. So such a wonderful teaching from our Lord Jesus Christ. So don't put new things in the old mindset. Oh, no, I want a new experience. I want to experience new. So many people, I always teach people that so many people want to just leave this job and to take that job because they don't like the salary is not so good and the atmosphere is not good, people are not good, so they think that if I change the office, things will be all right. But that is not the case. Everywhere you find such people. Everywhere there is a problem. Sometimes boss is the problem. Sometimes the colleagues are the problem. Sometimes the office is the problem. Everything there is that. So don't shift from one office to another office until you first have to change your mind in the first place where you are. Stay there and change your mind, and then your mind has the power and capacity. The mind is so powerful that it will take you to the new experience. You have to believe this, my dear friend. Your mind is powerful. Your mind knows how to take you to the new experience. Your mind will find the direction. Your mind will find the way to take you where you want. But your work is just to be the new person. If you are the new person, then you will have a new experience. Like Jesus is saying, if you are a new, then put it in a new. And if you want a new experience, then put it in the new mind, not in the old mind. Take off. That is why the process of renewing of the mind is so important. Renew your mind. Get into the process of renewing your mind. While you're renewing your mind, you become new. You put on the new self. Okay? So newness comes inside of you. You become new. So if you say, yes, I want a new experience in my life, I want to be the new person, then what happens? You have to become the new person first, then you will have the new experience. You cannot have a new experience being an old person. Even if you find a new experience, then after some time you will make it get into the new old pattern, right? So better start with being a new wonderful person. Okay, so now how to put on this new self? Okay, so let's understand this. How to put on this new man, how to put on this new self. So many people are confused. So many people try to do this, try to do that. And I will show you some very exciting and wonderful way. And I learned it from many great teachers like Joseph Murphy, Neville Goddard, and so many other preachers from the Bible teachers. And it's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful teaching. And I'm bringing that to you in this teaching, that how we can put on this new self. It's instead of putting on a new self, I will try to explain you how it happens, right? So first, this new self, putting on the new self means this is a new state of mind, right? I have to put on the new state of mind. What is a state? Right? State means consciousness. State means consciousness, awareness, right? So the state, sometimes we call a state, right? There is a state. In India, there are so many states, and everywhere there are so many states, right? One state's another state, right? If you, the states are the same, but we move from one state to another, right? We move from one state to another state, but the state remains the same. You cannot change the state is the same, but we move from one state to another. So now the first thing you have to understand is the new self is the state of mind. And what is the state of mind? Is the state of mind is consciousness, being conscious. The consciousness is the state. There are so many state of mind, right? And that is the consciousness of the mind. So many states are there, and so you have to enter into that state of mind. If you want to enter into that state of mind, so that you can have this new self. Instead of putting it, you have to enter into it, you have to immerse into it, right? That is the right way. Instead of saying that put on the new self, you have to immerse into the new self. And how to immerse into the new self? You have to immerse into the new state of mind. What is the new state of mind that you want? Right? There are so many state of mind, so many states, right? Like you can say I am poor is a state, right? I am rich is a state of mind. I am poor is a state of mind. I am sick is a state of mind. I am healed is a state of mind. I am unhappy is a state of mind. I am joyful is a state of mind. So this state of mind are the consciousness. That is the big consciousness. There are how many people in this world at this present moment in the whole world thinking that they are poor? And each and every person is contributing to that state of consciousness of being poor. So the consciousness is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So the consciousness of poverty is already there. So when you think of poverty and you think of being poor, then you are tapping into, or you are in the state of that consciousness. You are in the state of that consciousness of being poor. So now, if you want to be rich, what you have to do is, my dear friend, you have to come out of that consciousness, come out of the state of poverty, and enter into the state of abundance, enter into the state of richness, enter into the state of blessing. There is a consciousness of being blessed, right? That is the name of our channel too, right? So there is the state of consciousness of being blessed. So now if you want to change your situation, if you want to change it, what you have to do is you have to come out of that state of poverty, come out of the state of being poor, and enter into the state of being blessed, enter into the state of being abundant, enter into the state of being rich. Right? It's not about just saying that, oh, I am rich. It works sometime, but not every time. But the way is that you have to come out of the poverty consciousness. You have to come out of the state of poverty. Right? That is a state. Right? If you don't like a state, I'm talking about the states of the nations. If you don't like a state, if you say in this state there is so much of corruption, in this state there is no safety, in this state there is no medical facility, in this state I don't like this state because the weather is not good. So what you will do? You will leave that state and go to another state where there is a mountains and pleasant greenery and you have so many facilities and let a good breeze of air coming, and the state will remain the same. You are not going to change the state. But what you do? You move to another state. Another state means if you want to talk about, if I'm staying in Delhi and if I don't like the state Delhi, then if I want to go to a pleasant place, if I want to go to a place where this climate is good, or some other place, Kashmir, or you can say Kashmir, and you want to go to Kashmir, then what you do? You don't stay in Delhi. You just move to Kashmir, because there is a coldness, and I like the winter, and or maybe but Kashmir is not also not so safe, right? So, but if, and this is for the example that I'm saying here. So when you want to change, you have to change the state. That is what it means by put on the new self. Means you have to immerse into that self, enter into that self, come out of that consciousness. What is meant by consciousness? Being aware, right? So what you do is now you're not aware of the poverty, you're not aware of the sickness, you're not aware of the being miserable, you are not aware of all these things. You are coming out of it and entering into the consciousness of prosperity, entering into the consciousness of wellness, you are entering into the consciousness of blessedness, you are entering into the consciousness of righteousness. So what you happen now, you are being conscious about these things instead of conscious of being all the bad things. Hope you are getting me. So this is the power of a new mindset. It's not about you have to change how you have to talk, you have to change this, you have to change that. This all will not help you. This will happen only when your state changes, only when the state changes, right? When you change the city, change the state, right? And you change yourself, when you enter into that state, slowly being in that state, immersed in this in that state, believing that state and being there, right? Change, Neville Goddard say, change your conception of yourself, and you will automatically change everything. You have to change the conception of yourself. So how do you do that? You come out of that consciousness. You come out of that state of consciousness which you don't like. Everybody go through this, right? Everybody, we have to go through one state. The ultimate state is Jesus Christ, right? Ultimate state of consciousness is Jesus. Ultimate state of consciousness is God's kind of true righteousness and holiness. And we cannot jump into that state away. We have to slowly go. Oh, you are talking about prosperity, you are talking about this. No, I'm not talking about only prosperity. I'm talking about a new person in Christ, my dear friend. I'm talking about new person, becoming a new man in Christ. So how to immerse into it? So leave that state there, and just move to the state which you want. Go to that, enter into that state. How you are going to enter, I will explain you in the next episode, how we can do that effectively, how it is easy or hard. It's very easy, but you have to understand it, you have to apply it, then you will be able to know how I can enter into the new state of consciousness, how I can enter into this consciousness of being blessed, how I can enter into the consciousness of being prosperous, wellness, healing, right? So you can really tap into it. Hope you understand. So what it is, a new. So the old man cannot enter into a new, because he is so much immersed into the old state of consciousness. And it's very powerful. The consciousness is a very powerful, because it is not about one mind. It is about the mind of the people, the billions and billions, and generation to generation the consciousness is there. And when you think like that, so many people with you are thinking like that in the same way. Right? That is why when a person wants to end his life, it is so powerful, because so many people are thinking like that. So many people are there thinking the same thought, and he gets the aid from them, because he is in the consciousness of ending his life, the consciousness of suicide, finishing life, then death, or consciousness of death. So the awareness of all these things, so many people helping you. This is all vibrational. This all is happening. So what you have to do is You have to first start with the desire. Yes, I want to be the new wonderful person. Then what I have to do is I have to come out slowly, come out from the old state of consciousness where there it says, "Oh, poor I am. Oh, I am weak. Oh, I'm poor. I can't earn so much money. All when whatever I do, goes wrong." Come out of it, my dear friend. Come out. There is a new consciousness waiting for you. The consciousness of wellness, the consciousness of being blessed, the consciousness of prosperity, the consciousness of joy, the consciousness of happiness. The consciousness is waiting there and is there for you. When you come out from one club and enter into another club, that is how it is. The club, wicked. If you join a club where you know all the people are wicked here, and the people are so cunning, and you don't want to stay in that club, and you better come out of that club, right? Cancel your membership, come out of that club, and join a wonderful club where there are good people, right? That is how it is. When you enter into something, you have to check what kind of consciousness is here. Whether the people surrounding me, believing something new, believing something good, are they conscious of being the God's presence in their life? Are they consciousness of the newness of God? Are they consciousness of being Christ? Or conscious of being in Christ? Are they consciousness of kingdom of God? Are they consciousness of kingdom of heaven? Are they consciousness of well-being? Are they consciousness of goodness from God? Are they consciousness of being the abundance of the life that Jesus came to give us? Are they conscious of this? Or they are conscious of sickness? Are they conscious of the conflict of this world? Are they conscious of this, all the atrocities that is happening in this world? So, what is the condition of your consciousness? What is the condition of the consciousness of your house? All the member, are they conscious of being? Are they conscious of the presence of God in their family? Or are they conscious of all the wrong things that is going on? Change the state of mind, right? It is state of mind. You have to enter into a new state, get into a new state, and you can do it very easily. And how you have to start it, I explained to you. Start with a simple desire. It is a simple, but make it a burning desire, right? Keep on burning. Why I say burning means keep burning. Yeah, because one day you desire, and another day, one day you desire, 2 day desire, 3 or 4 days you desire, then you come into the same routine. No, keep it burning. Burning desire means keep it burning, keep it alive, keep it active, keep your desire active. Keep on active, that you become a new person. And once you become a new person, you come out of it, and then you enter into a new consciousness. This consciousness is being aware. There are so many things that you can be aware, and you can be unaware also. If you don't want it, just don't be aware of it. Just be conscious of what you want. Just be conscious of what you want to be. Just be conscious of the new wonderful person that you want to be. Just be conscious of being a new experience. Just be conscious of the new blessing that is coming your way. Just be conscious of the newness of life. Just be conscious of the wellness of your life. Be conscious, my dear friend, and enter into the consciousness that you want to enter, not that people forcing you to enter. Enter into the consciousness where you know that I know this is where I belong to. I know this is what I want. I want to enter into this state where there is joy, where there is the joy of the Lord is my strength. I want to enter here. I want to have the fullness. I want to have the goodness. I want to have the wholeness. I want to enter into that consciousness. So, hope you understand. Now you can put on the new self. How to put on is first come out of the old consciousness, come out of that state of consciousness that you don't like. You don't want to be there, and now enter into the new consciousness. Slowly, everything will start. And once you enter into the new consciousness and being aware of newness, being aware of the new consciousness, and being there, slowly, your life experience will change to be wonderful. You will be blessed, you will be successful, you will be victorious, you will be joyful, you will find a new one.